So as we know, we have been communicating with an agent acting as the office of the Police Complaints Commissioner. Now, we called that office last year after we were violently, viciously assaulted for doing our job. And, well, I mean, what have they done? Have they done anything? Now, we were talking to Lauren. Let's see if we can get Lauren on the phone.
Hello, you have reached the office of the Police Complaint Commissioner. Please hold for the next available representative. Office of the Police Complaint Commissioner, how can I help you?
Hi there, this is Victoria Evans, and I had filed a complaint last September, and I was speaking to Lauren, and I need to speak to her again, please.
Okay, yeah, just give me one moment here.
Thank you.
Hi there, thank you for holding. I am just seeing that she is in another call right now, but what I can do is let her know that you've called and are seeking a return call from her. Is there a time that works best for you during the day?
Actually, is it possible, do you know if the matter has been moved over to an investigator, and would you happen to know who that would be if it has? Because I know Lauren is just like an intake individual, but I wasn't sure, like, how have we moved this forward at all?
So this would be the complaint regarding Saanich, is what I'm understanding.
And I was just attacked again last Thursday, and the Central Saanich Department was included in that. So like on the 12th of June, just a few days ago, I was attacked again. And so I was just wondering if it's gone from Lauren to someone else.
Yeah, so from what I can see, there was a notice of inadmissibility sent to you. I'm not sure if you had received that via email, but that notice would have been sent to you on, let me just double check here, last month on the 5th.
So can you just explain what that would be then?
So, yeah, essentially that there was no police misconduct identified and the matter is concluded. And there's reasons in that notice that would speak to why, and Lauren may be able to explain part of that as well. If you need that resent, I can send that to you as well if you haven't received it.
So, and of course, nobody in this office, none of the agents would have any first-hand knowledge of what's gone on, so it's interesting that kind of a decision could be made, because then what it looks like is collusion to cover up crime, which is really concerning for men and women in Canada who know the level of corruption that's happening. And when we do reach out for any type of help to all of these agencies, this is exactly the result of what happens.
And, you know, I definitely welcome you to put your concerns in writing to our office. I can't speak to the notice as I didn't specifically work on it, but Lauren may be able to answer any questions if you concerns about what's written in it?
Well, it would be, it's called collusion. It's like aiding and abetting what they're doing. So, I mean, they can't investigate themselves because they're perpetually dishonest about what they're doing and what they're doing to people who report crimes to them. And so if a woman has been assaulted 3 times within 10 months by SWAT teams who are then violating the Criminal Code of Canada, that is a concern, because now I'm severely bodily injured from last Thursday, and now what we know is I have wasted my time, I have wasted hours trying to get the agents of this public service to actually do what you're mandated to do. And so I'm not at all surprised that you're now telling me that you're going to aid and abet their racially motivated hate crimes, because that's exactly why they're sending out the SWAT team. Because I'm reporting their crimes. And there's whistleblower protection in Canada, right? Criminal Code of Canada. Make sure that there's no retaliation. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms makes it quite clear that all are equal before the law and under the law. So last Thursday, I had Nick Murray, a member of the Saanich Police Department, inform me, and this is exactly what he'd said: I am the law. I am the law. That's what yeah. So that means these armed and dangerous individuals are just running rampshot over men and women now in Canada, and none of the agencies paid to make sure this doesn't happen are now doing nothing about what's happening. That's my understanding of our call today. That I wasted time and energy.
To read the notice. I'm happy to resend the notice to you if you like. If you haven't received it.
The problem with that is that it causes, so the letter then would be defined as a crime, as torture, because now I'm being tortured by the agents of this agency, that you're not going to do your job, you're not going to do what you're mandated to do, which is to hold these individuals accountable for their violence. You should have heard the lies that I heard on Thursday evening that are being told by members of the Saanich Police Department. And I had to sit there for 45 minutes and listen to these lies that they're recording in their files. That's perjury. That's fabricating evidence. I mean, these are criminal code offenses. These are charter breaches. They're chartering the Canadian, those are guaranteed rights. They're supposed to be, and now. So where is a woman supposed to go then? If you're not going to help me and my family, who is supposed to help my family and I? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
I think that's a good question. I don't have an answer for you. I just have the decision and the notice if that's something that you'd like.
Well, again, that's going to cause me irreparable psychological harm. So why would I read something that I know has everything to do with being part of the problem and not being part of the solution? Because we need solutions.
That's all I can offer in my role, in my position here.
So then I should have never called you at all, because this is exactly the result of every time I have reached out to government agents, and we're well aware of your mandate and what you're supposed to be doing, and now you're not going to do that. So then that puts me right back to square one, with no help, no support, no one's listening, no one's intervening to stop any of these violent hate crimes. This can't be okay. I mean, you must see the problem with this. You must understand that this is not appropriate behavior, or that decision. I mean, clearly there's communication going on between agents in this office and these criminals acting as the Saanich Police Department. That's the only thing we could assume from what we've just heard. Charter breaches. That's what's going on here. We can't have that. Guaranteed rights. Everyone's equal before and under the law.
I mean, I can definitely note your concerns, and I would welcome you to put them forward in writing to our office. But that was the decision on the file, and Lauren can speak to that decision a bit more if there's a conversation that you wanted to have with her. But unfortunately, I can't speak to it as I wasn't the person who was working on the file. Other than that, I don't know that I have any other information to provide.
So then it would be a waste of my time then to call and file a claim of harm as to what just occurred on June the 12th then, because what we know is that then will go nowhere, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So then what you'll do with that claim of harm, irreparable harm, is you'll just do the same thing. You'll just pretend like they haven't committed crimes, they haven't breached the charter, and I will be left once again with no one listening, no one helping, no one intervening, and yet that's what your agents are paid to do. So this is deeply, deeply concerning, that there's no help for victims of acts of fraud on the court. So is there anyone above you that is available right now for a conversation regarding why it is that no service is being provided to myself and my family?
Yeah, so that would be Lauren.
So she's just an intake worker. Do you know what I mean? Like there's other people.
A part of our intake team, it would be myself and my other colleague Genevieve who are intaking the complaints, but she is an investigative analyst who does a review. So if you wanted to speak to her, I could see if she is available now to transfer you through.
Okay.
Okay, just give me one moment here. Thanks for holding it, and I'm still just seeing that she is on another call, but if there's a time that works best for you today or tomorrow, I can let her know and get her to return the phone call to discuss that.
So just what I'm thinking is that, I mean, I'm the woman with first-hand knowledge of what's gone on here. So if I claim that there's been misconduct and excessive force and brutality, and they're obstructing justice and fabricating evidence, then there's no way that I'm going to be accepting this decision, and nor should I. You know, no one should be.
Speak to Lauren about, again, I can't speak to that, but I'm happy to pass along that you have called, and she will return the call if there's a time that's best for you. I can note that as well, and as well as the best number to reach you.
So I don't remember or not if I heard that, are these calls recorded for quality assurance and training purposes, or is this not the deal here with this agency?
No, our calls are not recorded.
Do you see a problem with that?
All I can direct you to is a phone call with Lauren, so if that's something you like, I'm happy to email her and ask for her to call you back and let her know that you've called. Is there a best phone number for you?
Actually, I'm going to go and call around and waste the rest of my afternoon with the same kind of services where we who are being victimized can't get any service from any of the agencies who are paid and mandated to protect victims of crime in Canada and uphold the rule of law and uphold the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So I may call back and speak to Lauren, or I may not. What this may result in is a a notice of civil claim, because now I have been damaged irreparably by this decision that's been made that has no basis in reality at all. Like, there's no way there would be any excuse, that would be acceptable as to why this agency is now refusing to do what it's supposed to be doing. So you may hear from me, you may not, but you're all responsible in your personal capacity. And that's just, you better let Lauren know that, because this is absolutely unacceptable behavior and an unacceptable decision. There's just no way. So just let her know.
What I can do is, note the concerns, that you've mentioned throughout the phone call, and that you've called, and that you may call back and wish to speak to her at some point, or may not.
Right, that sounds good. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and do take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So we know from looking around that there are others who are well aware that this OPCC is completely and entirely corrupt. They will not do what they're paid to do. This office actually needs to be shut down, and all of those agents need to go find something else to do, because if you're not going to do what you're mandated to do, then there would be no point of you existing.